A family who found 800,000 pennies in their basement is trying to find a $1 million coin. Have they become millionaires? Anyone who has visited a cleanup yard or had to clean out an attic knows all kinds of weird things can surface, especially in older homes that have been lived in for a long time. The journey began for John Reyes and his wife when they commenced the task of clearing out her family's old residence in Los Angeles. They decided to develop the property for their descendants. But first, they need to clean it up. After his father-in-law died and his brother vacated the house, the property went to their 3 children, including Reyes' wife. For about a year, the family spent a few days a month there, hauling out half a century's worth of belongings. John Reyes and his family made an interesting and totally unexpected discovery at his father-in-law's house. During the months they were cleaning, a joke circulated about who would finally tackle the basement, a task everyone avoided until it appeared the only room left. Reyes and his wife's cousin purchased full-body Tvec suits to brave rickety stairs and through spider webs. Reyes followed the rolls like breadcrumbs. He found boxes of them. Those led to plastic milk cartons filled with more pennies. And, finally, the milk cartons led him to bank bags. Some still sealed, all filled with a trove of pennies that would make Scrooge McDuck's eyes bug out in dollar signs if they weren't the least valuable form of U.S. currency. Reyes, a 41-year-old real estate agent in Southern California, originally estimated there were about 1 million of them. Nearly a year later, no one has counted them yet, but after weighing samples of the loot, he estimates there are a bit more than 800,000. But these are not just any ordinary pennies. As they haven't even been touched for decades, let alone catalogued, there's no knowing whether a particularly rare coin is buried somewhere in the pile. Given that they are older pennies, the collection has been valued at $25,000, some 2.5 times its face value. These coins had been amassed by Reyes' father-in-law, who believed they would appreciate in value due to a reduction in copper content in pennies issued by the United States in the 1980s. Before World War II, pennies were made of pure copper. During the war, copper was used for ammunition and military equipment, so the coins were made of zinc-covered steel instead. Pennies made from 1982 onwards are largely zinc with just a little bit of copper. Reyes' father-in-law was a German immigrant who believed copper pennies would increase in value, so he and his brother started collecting them. He may have been onto something, sort of. There are some rare pennies that are valuable, particularly a collection from 1943 that was the result of a printing error. In 2022, one of these 1943 pennies sold for nearly $300,000. Reyes and his family believed that his father-in-law had stashed the pennies under the house for his children to find later. In hindsight, they determined that he had dropped hints about the secret under his house over the years. He would tell his children to be patient when the time came to clean out his house. Their penny jackpot is not the boon you would think it would be. The first obstacle was physically removing the pennies from the crawl space. Reyes explained that moving the haul left imprints on his fingers because the bags and boxes were so heavy. Extracting the massive haul from the basement took an entire day, and moving the load to another location proved to be a challenge. The sheer weight of the pennies caused Reyes' pickup trucks to sag, turning them into lowriders. On the plus side, each parcel has the number of pennies inside written on the outside, making that part of the process a little easier. 9 months later, the family is still trying to find a way to cash the coins in. His initial plan was to haul the pennies to Coinstar, but the coin machine service charges a percentage of the total amount as a processing fee. The family considered and dismissed it, unwilling to pay the company a cut for converting their change into cash. Reyes attempted to take the pennies to local banks. He discovered that they did not want them. One bank did not even have a vault large enough to accommodate them. The bank manager told them that there's a chance that one of the pennies in the huge load might be valuable, and one that a collector would pay 7 figures for. "You probably have $1 million penny in there," the bank manager teased. After hearing that, Reyes' interest was piqued. So Reyes researched coin collecting. He found aficionados posting instructional videos on TikTok. He bought head-mounted, magnifying loupes for himself and his family members. Research indicated that mint-condition Lincoln pennies from 1971 could be valued at up to $1,000, while some exceptionally rare older pennies had fetched prices as high as $1.7 million. The most expensive coin sold at auction according to the Guinness Book of World Records is the 1933 Double Eagle. In 2021, the coin with a face value of $20 sold for a whopping $18,872,250 at Sotheby's in New York. They may not have quite struck gold, but copper isn't bad either. Armed with this knowledge, Reyes embarked on a search to find these potentially priceless coins. But sifting through 1 million pennies for a rare one is like searching for a needle in a haystack. It is an arduous task that Reyes and his family are not interested in attempting. However, the family's enthusiasm waned after only an hour of sifting through around 300 pennies. Frustrated and lacking the expertise to identify valuable coins, they decided to abandon their quest. Reyes confessed, "We had no clue what we were looking for." Happy they'd at least tried, they popped champagne, cracked open some beers and decided to sell the pennies to experts or aficionados who knew what they were doing. Resigned to their limited knowledge and the enormity of the task, the family turned to an alternative plan. They decided to sell the entire lot of pennies for $25,000, for the whole lot, which would pay for them to renovate the house to rent out for future generations, and would also represent more than 3 times the face value of the coins. This significant sale would give another enthusiast the chance to uncover a hidden treasure within the collection. Reyes contacted local television stations to pitch the idea and, once a story about his million pennies ran, hundreds of inquiries poured in within days. According to reports, Reyes had been in discussions with a potential buyer who expressed genuine interest in acquiring the pennies. If the sale goes through, the buyer will be presented with an intriguing opportunity to stumble upon a fortune amidst the 800,000 coins. Reyes has only examined about 1 or 2% of the pennies, so you can imagine the work required to go through all of them. The story of the family's unexpected discovery and subsequent search for rare pennies has captivated the attention of the media and the public. The allure of finding a hidden gem worth millions of dollars is a powerful narrative, appealing to the dreamer in all of us. Whether the pennies hold any extraordinary value beyond their face worth remains to be seen. But the tale serves as a reminder that sometimes unexpected treasures can be found in the most unlikely places. What would you do if you found 1 million pennies? Is it worth the gamble if you are a coin collector? How long would it actually take to examine 800,000 coins, and would you lose your mind in the process? Perhaps we'll find out in the not-so-distant future. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to be notified on the next video.